Call me crazy. I think either human life has value or it doesn't. I think any human life has to be given a similar, if not exactly the same, evaluation. It has to be given the same importance. We have to, we can't just reject the value of any life simply because it's not one we like. It's not one we have a personal reason to value or to treasure. Because if we do, then if we limit ourselves to that, and I'm not saying that every life, like, we have to devote the same amount of energy to, or the same amount of care to. That wouldn't work. I mean, obviously we all have to prioritize the people closest to us. We have to, our family, those closest to us, they're the ones, of course, who are the most important. But that's different than rejecting the value of human life in a general kind of sense. Because if we do that, then surely we wouldn't appreciate it if someone else treated our loved ones the same way, with that same kind of casual disregard, just because they didn't have any personal selfish reason to value their welfare. And that's what we have to, so we should really treat, it's a cliche. I mean, and obviously it's more complicated than saying it, but we should try to treat other human beings in general the way that we would like to be treated ourselves. We should just try to do that. And I mean, it's easier said than done. And we have to be realistic about it also. Like, we cannot succeed all the time in this, but just generally we should try. And because I think that is it's the best way, at least in an idealistic kind of way, it's the best way to try to achieve a better world. And I'm not saying be suicidal about it. I'm not saying be self-sacrificing to the point of self-destruction about it, but try to have similar regard for other people, for strangers, for just human beings, as a class of thinking, feeling being, as you would for those who you personally know and personally value. Recognizing that we have to give priority to the people that we love personally, but also valuing humanity in general.